Sorry for those on the video. Clicked it a little late, so you'll join the program a little late. Sorry about that.
Shadows jump out and broke my car. Keep your dice on the deck, and your life in the jar. Shine like my way. Oh, take me down tomorrow, just one more day. So moonshine, like my way. Moonshine, like my way.
Good morning to you, Walrus Nation. You're listening to the Tuesday edition of the Thunder Walrus Show, live on the Walrus Radio Network and live video stream on YouTube from the Medieval Custom Cycle Studios here in Street, Maryland. I'm glad you're with us. Let me grab this link real quick and just share it on Facebook so that everybody knows where they can get us directly and there won't be no confusion. You know, we did the ice challenge yesterday, right? Painless James did his. Here is the link for today's show. I have to say it while I type it. It goes better for me. I don't know why. It just does. So, you know, we did the ice challenge yesterday. My friend Kenny Reel levied the challenge to me. I took it, Rick dumped it on me, I levied it to Painless James and a couple of others. Well, Painless James got his in. The video's up on Facebook. I wanted to see about chatting with him later. I'll maybe see if I can get Painless James on the phone on one of my music breaks. We'll tell him how much we appreciate his participation in the Ice Bucket Challenge. And I know Rick was questioning me yesterday as to the effectiveness of it. You know, how is money being raised? And I said, well, you're actually supposed to do the challenge and donate $10 or don't do the challenge and donate $100. But statistics I saw last night on television were really quite impressive, or maybe it was this morning. It was this morning on the Today Show. They were talking about the ice challenge has actually just skyrocketed the fundraising for ALS. The ALS Association reported last year through at this portion of the year, like 1.8 million or something like that in donations. At this point this year, because of the ice challenge is what they're given the credit for, they have raised over $15 million to date. And it's still running, so that's awesome. Anything that can create such positive energy and raise money to find a cause, a cure, and prevention for such a horrible disease, I think it's incredibly cool, and I was incredibly honored to participate in it, as I know Painless James was as well. And I'll try to get him on the phone later and talk to him. The Walrus Wonders question of the day is up. We've got quite a few answers already, I believe. The Walrus Wonders question of the day is, when Plan A and B both seem to be ineffective, do you come up with a Plan C or walk away? We've already got quite a few answers. We'll share those with you later on in the program. It's one of those days, as I put on the social media intro, you know what is happening that day, but you have no idea what the hell is going to happen as those events unfold. Yeah, it's one of those kind of days here for me. I'm getting my wiggle on. I'm doing my best. But today, Walrus Nation's one of those days when I may need a little crutch and support from you. We talked to Joe Cat yesterday. Remember that? I know that thrilled Charlotte Midnight Rider. Well, guess what? Joe Cat took it upon himself and sent me those songs in MP3 format. I have them for you. We're going to play Joe Cat and the Burning Angels, Out Went the Power, and also Joe Cat and the Burning Angels, Sleep Like Kansas. Now, granted, remember, these are rough songs. They're not the highest quality recording, but you can get the gist of the song, okay? It'll be much better when it is audio engineered, done in a studio. I believe this was a practice session that they were like, it was like their second, third, maybe fourth set together. It might have even been their first. I don't remember. It was early on. I do know that from Joe Cat's story. And these guys just sat down and started playing, and before you know it, this is what came out of it. Also, looking forward to maybe seeing Ben Zotti today. I had an email message from him on Facebook wanting to know if I was going to be up here. He was off today and thought about stopping by. So hopefully he'll swing in the studio and visit with us. As we've hit a milestone that I've apparently not really paid a whole lot of attention to and kind of just didn't even mention. I don't think I mentioned it yesterday. We hit the 130,000 mark on Spreaker with the Walrus Radio Network, and I think that that's, an impressive stat. I find it impressive. And, Spoo got challenged. I don't know, was it me? I didn't challenge. Who challenged you, Spoo? But you got to do the ice bucket challenge. You got 24 hours. It's quite invigorating and refreshing. It's a lot of fun, and you probably get a whole lot more response than I did. My video was crappy because setting it up, and we weren't really prepared. And it was like the minute and 52 mark before anything really started happening. All you hear is me and Rick and Dalton yelling at each other. So you may my video didn't get a whole lot of response because people that didn't read the intro fully probably didn't stay watching it to see the challenge itself take place. But yeah, we are at 130,584 plays on the radio station, and we are just thrilled about that. And thank you to each and every one of you that hit the play button, whether you listen live daily or you catch a podcast of or you catch the 24-hour stream of music, you catch one of the live shows, or just a podcast of one of the shows. Ben Zotti Live airs nightly. Like I said earlier, we may be expecting a visit from Mr. Ben Zotti, and I would look forward to that. Also, the Thunder Walrus Show, we're on there, and there's still podcasts from Love 'Em or Leave 'Em, and I'm having a hell of a time fighting with Maurice this morning. With all of the events and things that are going to take place today, Maurice is the last thing I need or want to deal with. He says it would give me a little break and some time to, focus on what's got me distracted, and I could just let him run free. Well, that's the part that scares me. Maurice is that little kid that's just learning to walk, that new puppy that's just learning to mark his territory. Yeah, you don't want to turn them loose. They'll be tearing up everything and peeing on anything and everything they can find. So with that being said, I ain't so sure how fast or how often you'll hear from him, trust me. The whole damn crew of them is driving me nuts. Little Stevie, even Sir Adelard's getting in on this deal, and it's making me even. You have that feeling that something is going to get out of control, and it may get out of control in a good way, or it may get out of control and go completely and horribly wrong. Today's one of those days when my concern is it's going to go horribly wrong kind of plan. But I won't know until it happens. And Pam Pilot seemed already excited to hear from Maurice. Maybe it was the Marilyn in her that wants to talk to Maurice. It's been a while since them two've been together. I'm just a little concerned about Maurice and his You know, he's the kind of guy, if you crack the door open to talk to him, even though the chain's on it, he'll still kick it open and come barging in and just go crazy on you. That's just too funny. Just too funny. So I'm a little nervous about letting him out. So we'll see what happens. But I've got a great show planned for you today. Be sure you go by, post up your answers to the Walrus Wonders question of the day. We've got some BLS is BS out in Ohio. A grandma is standing up for her rights to adopt the dog of her choice. And a city ban on pit bulls prevented her from adopting the dog she's wanted. And so now, no dog, but the dog did find a home. That is the good part of that story. My focus is that this woman has picked up the banner of anti-BLS legislation. BSL, I'm sorry, not BLS, BSL, breed-specific legislation. She has taken up her cause against that, saying that she's an upstanding citizen, and she would be quite thrilled as to how she is protesting the laws and ordinances her city has put forth banning the dogs. It's pretty cool. We'll tell you all about that. Plus, I have no idea what else. Hang on, I'll tell you. I've got to scroll down the page a little bit. Dumb people doing dumb things again. This whole deal about, oh, I just love giraffes. Well, yeah, maybe you should have loved the giraffe from a distance, dumbass. That's why you got kicked in the face. We'll discuss that and a little bit more. We'll tell you how the young lady fared and how stupid she should actually feel. And guess what? Ramen noodles, the mainstay of the poor folks, broke folks, dietary supplement, may not be so good for you. The cheap dinner of college kids and budget eaters everywhere has been linked to possible heart attacks and diabetes, which isn't everything, but we'll discuss it more. Now what are we going to eat, guys? I have no idea. Let's do this. Let's play some Joe Cat, Sleep Like Kansas. Now, this song, like I said, it's long. It's a 6.5 minute song, 6 minutes, 40 seconds to be exact. The recording isn't the highest quality. We understand that. Please, just do your best to listen to it. You'll get the gist of it. I did. This is Sleep Like Kansas. This is from our friend Joe Cat and the Burning Angels. Good morning, Walrus Nation. Good morning, Walrus Nation. You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Show and watching the live video stream from Medieval Custom Cycle Studios here in Street, Maryland. We go off to Ohio for our first story, Parma, Ohio, actually, where a lady named Denise Krawczyk-Gershwender has been campaigning to lift the ban on pit bulls in Parma. She has spoken at city council meetings, written letters to elected officials, and started online petitions, but none of it's worked. So about a month ago, she tried a less conventional tactic, donning a t-shirt that reads, "Save a pit bull, muzzle a politician." Gershwender now marches alone outside the mayor's house, donning the t-shirt. She's pictured in it in the article. "I've walked past the mayor's house at least 5 times now with my shirt," she tells the Huffington Post. "I wear it all around the city of Parma. I get many folks in Parma who say they love my shirt." Gershwender is a grandmother and a paralegal who came to this issue after falling in love with a sweet pup at a shelter where she volunteers in her spare time, only to learn that she could not adopt the dog because of her city's breed-specific legislation, which bars residents from owning pit bulls as pets. Now, see, Maryland is a state that this is becoming very hot topic in. One of our dear friends, Deanne Harrison, has a problem with the Baltimore County Animal Shelter, as many Baltimore County residents do. Her dogs have been sentenced to death for an incident that took place in the Baltimore County shelter when the dogs weren't even under her care. A worker at the shelter apparently left a gate open, and one of her dogs was able to enter a cage where another dog was. The two got into a fight. The other dog was killed, unfortunately, and now they say her dogs are a detriment and ill to society and want to execute them when it was their worker that let it go. And it has been very well publicized about how the Baltimore County Animal Shelter has been just hodgepodge of errors, mistakes, and mismanagement over the years, and dogs being treated very cruelly and inhumanely in a place that they are supposed to be safe from all harm. Well, that's not happening there, and it's also wrong for breed-specific legislation. Don't judge the breed, judge the deed. It is the owners that train them and allow them to be that type of animal. So be sure we understand clearly that this animal didn't do any wrong, and these animals haven't done any wrong. It is the people that are in control of those animals, or have lack of a control over the animal per se. Hampton was eventually adopted. Hampton was the dog's name. That's who she fell in love with. He was eventually adopted by a non-Parma resident. Although I was happy about his adoption, I felt very discriminated against because I couldn't understand why I wasn't allowed to adopt him. I'm a responsible, law-abiding citizen, yet was being treated as if I was anything but, she's quoted as saying. Dog advocates like Best Friends Animal Society and the grassroots Animal Guardians for a Prosperous Parma, a group Gershwender is involved with, have repeatedly informed local politicians that the breed bans are expensive to enforce and don't improve public safety. Nevertheless, Parma's muckety mucks said as recently as February that they don't see any reason for change. Well, that's because you're not looking. You don't want to look. You're closed-minded, narrow-minded, and you think that those dogs are affiliated with the drug-dealing, dog-fighting Neanderthals that only media outlets publicize. I for one, would love to take my dog Champ to any one of the Parma meetings, city council meetings, and let them see how these dogs really react when they are in a loved environment, when they are nurtured for and cared for. Is Champ the most well-behaved dog on the planet? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But is he a detriment or a danger to anyone? The only thing he's in danger of doing is possibly knocking you down and licking your face until it's chapped. He is 70 pounds. He is strong. He thinks he's a lap dog because I treat him as one. I'm not a small guy. He sits in my lap. He fits in my lap comfortably. He's a lap dog that all he wants to do is love and be loved. And I think more so he wants to be loved. He's not so worried about loving on you. He just wants you to love on him. And I would love to be able to, because Champ travels, Jack. We've been to Daytona. We've been all over. And we're going this weekend. It's nothing fancy party this weekend. We'll have more information about that coming up. But how can you deprive somebody? You might as well, all right, here's as bad as this is going to get. You want this to be crappy? I'll make it crappy. You might as well go tell that young lady that she can't date anybody outside of her race because it's unacceptable in your society. That's what you're telling her when she can't have that dog, because that's a breed of dog, a kind of race of dog. You're judging that dog by the actions of people that have trained dogs like that one to be mean and cruel. You can't judge an entire breed of dog by the antics. And to be fair is fair. Let's go full circle here. You can't judge an entire religion by the acts of an entire extremist sect of that religion. Speaking of Islam, it may be corrupt. It may be a violent religion, but I won't say that because I can't prove that. I can prove that there is a violent sect of that religion that wreaks and survives on terror by scaring people to death. And that's how they choose to operate. Well, that doesn't mean that the entire religion operates that way. And that also means the entire breed of pit bulls are not bad dogs. I can take you to a house in Perryville where it's full of them, and not a one of them is mean. I won't tell you the people's names, but I'll tell you the dogs' names: Zeus, Ace, Ruby. Take you to a house, Rocco. I could probably go on if I thought about it, but those are the 4 bullies that I know live in that house. And every one of them is nothing more than a big baby, and they all cohabitate together with cats and other dogs. I mean, it is a literal petting zoo. But with love, nurture, and care, they all get along so very well and cohabitate. Now, do they have their issues like any other family? Absolutely. Every once in a while, mama or daddy's got to step in and put them in their place, just like you do with children. That's how can you tell? I'd rather you be able to tell people they can't reproduce and have kids because they haven't proven themselves to be justified and suitable to bring another human being into this life. Give them matter of fact, don't even give them a dog. Let's give them a teddy bear first. Tell them they can't have children before they can't have a dog. The dog didn't do anything wrong. And that woman was an upstanding citizen who wanted to give that dog a loving home, and because you are uneducated and not knowledgeable about the breed and how they work and what kind of dog they truly are, you make a law banning anybody from having one or giving a good home. Is that fair? Is that justified? Yeah, no, that's why I like her shirt. I like it a lot. Save a pit bull, muzzle a politician. I think we should start wearing those shirts all over this country, because the way politics is going in this country, man, it's on a downward slide, ain't it? You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Show as we broadcast and stream live video from the Medieval Custom Cycle Studios here in Street, Maryland. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Humidity's up here a little bit in the mid-Atlantic, calling for some potential thunderstorms in the afternoon, but hey, it's summertime. That's what happens when the hazy, hot days of summer come around. It is August the 19th. I hope you're having a great one. Enjoy the sunshine and enjoy some more Joe Cat. Nope, what's coming up first? Great Train Robbery and Sunday on the Rocks is first. We'll have some more Joe Cat with Outwent the Power coming up in our next music break. Sunday on the Rocks, Great Train Robbery, and this is the Thunder Walrus Show. Good morning, Walrus Nation. Good morning, Walrus Nation. That was Great Train Robbery with Sunday on the Rocks. For each and every one of you watching the live video feed for Medieval Custom Cycles or listening across the Spreaker server to the Walrus Radio Network, we appreciate you all tuning in and listening each and every day. And Joe Cat, no, sir, you rock. I just play your music, mi amigo. Joe Cat's chatting with us on Spreaker. Him and Billy's hanging out, making friends. Billy's been challenged. Billy's already trying to pre-order Joe Cat's CD before anybody else gets it, and he has shared the link there with us on Spreaker. Joe Cat, be sure you go put that on my Facebook page as well. I'll share it on the Strip Club Choppers radio page as well as the Thunder Walrus page, and make sure everybody goes out and likes it. There's some teasers out there for you. We've already played one this morning. We had Sleep Like Kansas on, and coming up next in our next music break, it will be Out Went the Power from Joe Cat coming up next. So be sure you stick around for that. But before we get to our next music break, we got to remind you the Wiggle Rebellion is your tool to shake the negativity out of your life. Get a good, clear, positive view of all the things good that fill your happy cup, that keep you in a positive frame of mind. You got to remember this: your attitude is the only thing you truly have control of. And once you get control of your attitude, then you truly have control over everything else. Because no matter what happens, whether it's great, positive, and that's easy to be positive about when the good things are happening, it's difficult to stay positive and happy when the negative storms roll into your life. And there's where you have to work hard at it. I know I do, and I'm having one of those days. So why don't we get our wiggle on together, shake the negativity out of our life, and get a good, clear focus of all things positive, all things good. And I know what's going to be good. It's going to be a good damn time up there in Green Lane, Pennsylvania this weekend as we head up for the Nothing Fancy 2014 party with Strip Club Choppers, PA, New Jersey. Our friend Hillbilly, the Walrus Radio Network, will be there, as well as Strip Club Choppers Radio. Yours truly will be your MC and host. Great bands and great entertainment. Nothing but a great damn party taking place this weekend in Green Lane, Pennsylvania. Go on Facebook, search out on the events, the Nothing Fancy 2014 party. You'll find it, like it. It's Green Lane, Pennsylvania, just up 476, just south of Quakertown, north of Philadelphia. You'll find it there. You can't miss it. And come out and have a great time with Ricky's Cycle Shack, Strip Club Choppers, Randy's Cycle Shack. Where did that come from? I was thinking of Rick Stevenson, but Randy's Cycle Shack, Rick Stevenson and Medieval Custom Cycles. Randy's Cycle Shack, Strip Club Choppers, PA, New Jersey, bikerlist.com, and our dear friend Hillbilly putting on one hell of a party this weekend, sponsored in part by Twisted Tea. When you want to live life a little twisted, grab a Twisted Tea. This lady wins the Idiot Award, and we go to Madison, Wisconsin to be sure we bestow it on her. A California woman visiting the Henry Villas Zoo on Saturday was fined, just to add insult to injury, after climbing into the giraffe exhibit, Madison police said. Around 5:30 p.m., Amanda Hall, age 24, of St. Louis Obispo, California, climbed over one of the fences and was partially through a second fence around the giraffe exhibit when Wally, a 2-year-old, 12-foot-tall giraffe, licked her face, then turned around and mule kicked her right square in the face, according to the release. Hall sustained non-life-threatening injuries, but was cited for harassment of zoo animals. She got her butt kicked and still got cited for harassment of zoo animals and fined $686. That's the price of being stupid. What's the cost of being dumbass? $686, according to Madison, Wisconsin police, because that's what they charged this idiot for climbing in. The better part is once the zoo staff got her and rescued her, then of course the story comes out. The zoo staff said she was foolish to even crawl in there, because giraffes are capable of killing lions with their hooves and kicks, so Hall was lucky not to have been more seriously injured. Hall told police, when asked, "Why would you do such a thing?" she said, "I climbed into the exhibit because I love giraffes." Buy a stuffed animal, you dumbass. Don't go crawling into a cage with what were or are potentially wild animals. Even though they're in captivity now, they still have a wild instinct to them. And when you're infringing upon their space or territory, they're not going to be real happy about it, especially if they don't know you. And here you come creeping in through the fence, licked your face. Nope, you don't taste familiar. Whack! Hoof to the head. And that cured her problems. Well, it started her problems. Now she's got a huge facial injury and a $686 ticket to face. Better her than me. Good morning, Walrus Nation. I hope you're enjoying your Tuesday. It's a beautiful Tuesday here in the Mid-Atlantic. Though they say clouds may roll in as the humidity increases, so will the chances of stray showers and thunderstorms. So keep your eyes towards the skies for those. Now get your ears ready, This is the second release coming out on Joe Cat and the Burning Angels new CD. We weren't able to play them yesterday because they were in that, I got them in an M4 format that my system wasn't able to handle. But thanks to Joe Cat and the guys down there with the Burning Angels and his crew, they got them done in MP3 format for me, sent them to me, and all I had to do was load them up. So for your listening pleasure, here's the second release from Joe Cat and the Burning Angels new CD. Again, it's a little rough audio, but just get the gist and feel of the song. Out went the power. Good morning, Walrus Nation. Hope y'all are having a great time with the video feed. I'm enjoying it. They were making fun of my hat today. I'm all ponchoed out. I got Poncho Johnson shirt on my hat. So this didn't feel like messing with my hair today. Of course, it looks the same as it ever did. Always does. Covers down the glare. I get more forehead each and every day, which I'm not real thrilled about that, but it happens. See, that's just how raw that is. The end there, they're just starting to talk and figure out how they're going to end the song. So you gotta love that, Joe Cat. I appreciate you sharing those tracks with us, as we can share those with the Walrus Nation and Strip Club Choppers Nation alike. Be sure you look forward to Joe Cat and the Burning Angels' new CD to be released. You can find it. He'll have it all over Facebook. Be sure you go find him on Facebook. Find us. We'll be sure to share it with you as well. When the CD drops, you'll know it. We'll have another interview with Joe Cat and the Burning Angels. Hopefully you can get all of them on there. Hey, I got to give a big shout out to my little buddy, Wendy Townsend. She has worked with me. I've worked with her. She's a stand-up comedian and apparently is now going to broadcasting school and has earned herself an internship with a 98 Rock. She says on her Facebook page 6 minutes ago, it's official. I'm the new 98 Rock morning show intern. So excited. Congrats to you, Miss Wendy Townsend, and good luck in your broadcasting career. And hopefully those boys at 98 Rock won't be too mean to you. I know they have a tendency to be quite rude to some of their interns. And Wendy has been a guest on the show before as a comedian and what have you. So now she's going to be kind of their little, what you would call bitch, literally. And we'll see. Hopefully Justin, Scott, and Spiegel will be good to her and won't be too, like I said, won't share too much retribution. I think because she usually picks on Spiegel, and I know she has gouged at Scott a little bit, so they may take opportunity to for paybacks. We'll have to see what happens. This can't go well. This truck is flipping over and sinking in a Georgia creek. Southern Boys Outdoors. You ain't gonna save that truck, darling. It's going topside. The dude's standing on it trying to get it to flip over. That ain't working so well. You see some really weird stuff on Facebook, and you wonder why people even try to share it, because they it's embarrassing as all get out. The only thing that truck is flipped over, the tires are keeping it afloat. It was pretty well shot now. I'd call it done. That's funny. It flips over. I saw the video. I can tell you up front, don't watch it. It's still hilarious. You can watch it. For those of us that have survived many, many months and sometimes longer periods of time on ramen noodles, yeah, well, bad news, everybody. Holy Hot Plates instant ramen noodles, the beloved cheap dinner of college kids and budget eaters and bikers everywhere, have been linked to heart attacks and diabetes. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition. Yeah, these things come in a styrofoam cup. You add water and stick it in the microwave. Do you really think? Well, they still, you can put them in boiling water in the microwave. The plastic packs or the styrofoam cups. The ramen noodles come in a bunch of different ways. No, it's not cancer. It's diabetes and heart attacks. They're just poor nutrition. I'm like, no kidding. Tell me something I don't know. Well, sure, the sodium and fat content alone is enough to make your arteries harden and your blood pressure go up, and you hadn't even eaten them yet. But a study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that the ramen, along with other instant noodle products, may increase a person's risk of cardiometabolic syndrome, a risk factor for severe cardiovascular disease and stroke, especially in women. This research is significant since many people are consuming instant noodles without knowing possible health risks. Think about all the other things we consume without knowing the possible health risks. According to the lead researcher, Hyam Jun Shin, MD, in a press release, Shin, a clinical cardiology fellow at Baylor University Medical Center and nutrition epidemiology doctoral student at the Harvard School of Public Health, he could not be reached for further comment. For the study, researchers looked at the data of 10,711 adults between the ages of 19 and 64 collected via the nationally represented Korean National Health and Nutritional Examination Survey of 2007 and 2009. They found that eating instant noodles, ramen, lo mein, glass, Thai, or other twice or more a week was associated with cardiometabolic syndrome, a collection of abnormalities affecting the body's cardiovascular, renal, and metabolic systems. So what they're saying is you eat too much of this crap, and apparently 2 times a week is more than too much. You increase your risk of having these diseases. Although the specific cause of the problem was not immediately clear, Shin noted that it might stem from the fact that most instant noodle meals come packaged in styrofoam, which contains bisphenol, a BPA, a known hormone disruptor, which is also why women could have been more affected in this study. But the food product contains plenty of unhealthy ingredients, including MSG and the chemical preservative tertiary butyrhydroquinone. And I know I didn't say that right, but it's TBHQ, and is also high in saturated fat. The study focused on individuals in South Korea, Shin said, as the country has the highest per capita number of instant noodle consumers in the world. That's pretty good. A place like South Korea has the highest per capita instant noodle consumers. Bottom line is, ingest the cheap and filling noodles at your own risk. Too much says it could possibly, this could possibly be, that could possibly be. I think they plant the seed in our heads because it is the power of the mind. It's what you believe. Do you believe the ramen noodles? Well, common sense tells you that anything, too much of anything, good, bad, or indifferent, it can be bad. Yes, even too much of a good thing. Overexposure to anything can cause your body to react in a negative way. So remember that. Moderation. All things in moderation. And when you start to notice your body doing something a little weird or a little different, here's a good idea. Stop it. Cooter's cruising through. Hello to Cooter. Coming to help out with some welding projects and stuff today. It's a great day here at Medieval Custom Cycles. Remember, Medieval Custom Cycles, when your 2 wheels need therapy, Rick Stevenson is the guy to give them to him. Medieval Custom Cycles. Rick is a Harley certified mechanic. He is also a graduate from the Motorcycle Mechanics Institute in Phoenix, Arizona. So when your 2 wheels need therapy, to be sure it gives you the therapy you need when you need it, bring it to Medieval Custom Cycles and Rick Stevenson. He'll hook it up for you. I've got some Greg Kraft coming up for you. This is Living Off Your Dime. You're listening to the Tuesday edition of the Thunder Walrus Show here on the Walrus Radio Network, and watching the live video stream from Medieval Custom Cycle Studios in Street, Maryland. Good morning, Walrus Nation. Good morning to everybody watching on the live video stream. Hope you all are having a great day and enjoying your Tuesday. If not, get your wiggle on. We're going to be sharing the Walrus Wonders question of the day, some answers to it, and a lot more coming up. So stick around.
what we got. We had a little bit, but didn't have a lot. We broke our back from some guilt cement. Doing what we could to get what we get. We're country people and we're country strong. Finding our place and doing no wrong. Working our tractors and four-wheel drive. Fighting and plowing just to stay alive. Nowadays, and our people standing in line. Getting something, but nothing. Hell, they're doing it all the time. They're living off your dime. Living off your dime. They're living off your dime. Living off your dime. Without jobs, the lazy son of a bitch.
A little great craft there for you, living off your dime. You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Show and watching the live video stream from Medieval Custom Sightings in Street, Maryland. We appreciate you hanging out with us. I don't know if Cracker Barrel should be proud or embarrassed, but the Ocala, Florida franchise and Ocala Cracker Barrel celebrated its oldest worker's birthday on Friday by giving her a personalized rocking chair, engraved glass barrel, and a cake. Rita Fitch. She's a hostess at the location on Southwest College Road in Ocala, Florida for 14 years. She celebrated her birthday at work on Friday. The woman is 97. You heard me. 97 and still working. Should Cracker Barrel be proud of the fact that they've got a 97-year-old employee, or the fact that a 97-year-old woman still has to work and they've employed her? I don't know. But either way, that means she took the job at the age of 83. If she's been there 14 years and she's 97, do the math. She went in there and applied for a job at the age of 83, and somebody went, yeah, sure, give her a job. You know, she's not going to fall and break a hip. She looks quite healthy in her picture, though. I jest because age really is just a number. Cracker Barrel is proud of Rita, and I am proud of Rita. 97 years young, still going strong, greeting customers and diners at Cracker Barrel with a lovely smile and showing them to their seats. Fitch was also presented with a surprise birthday video of employees from the home office, including the Cracker Barrel CEO, Sandra Cochran. Cracker Barrel is proud of Rita and all our employees who help us do what we do best, please our guests with great country cooking and friendly service. Cracker Barrel officials made that quote in a statement. But 97 years young and still going strong, her mind is still quite good and probably better than mine, actually. And she is very proud of her job there and does a great job. At 83, would you go looking for a job? I mean, she is. She looks very well and very good for her age. She has apparently lived a healthy lifestyle and probably has, good genetics. Took care of herself and made decent decisions. And it's led to her longevity. And we're hearing more and more stories about folks living well into their late 90s and even past the century mark, and still leading active lives. It's quite inspiring to me because I plan on living to be 100, just so you know. I'm going to live to be 100 just to piss people off. Just because that's the way, the last man standing. It's not who dies with the most toys, because as y'all start dying, I'm going to be able to buy your toys real cheap. So I just plan on living to 100 to piss everybody off. I think that's the best plan. I think that's the one I'm going to go with. We'll share your the Walrus Wonders question of the day with you and the answers to it as we come back, and then we will wrap up this edition of the Thunder Walrus Show here live from Medieval Custom Cycle Studios in Street, Maryland. This is Arizona. Good morning, Walrus Nation. For the what is? Yeah. Good morning, Walrus Nation. You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Show. It's the Tuesday edition. We're having a great day, and it is that time for us to wrap it up. Got things to do today and a little distracted. I hope the show was entertaining. I hope you have a great day. Get your wiggle on when you need to. Stay focused on the positive. I'm thrilled that I was able to suppress Maurice. Tomorrow may be a different day. You'll hear him. He'll be around. I will have an opportunity for all of them to make their voices heard to you. Walrus Wonders question of the day: when plan A and B both seem to be ineffective, do you come up with a plan C or walk away? Billy Smetana, our buddy Spoo, says, laugh out loud. I can go through the whole alphabet and then start using numbers, laugh out loud. At one point, it must work or I'll die trying. Our friend Kimberly Barnes, some things you just gotta treat like a dog and piss on it and walk away from it. But if you really want it, you never give up. Use up all of the damn letters in the alphabet. Michael Sutt says, reevaluate plan A and B, no surrender. Of course, that comes from a Marine. Dave Benzotti, plan C, go to sleep, of course. I'm a lazy sod. And then Pamela Mazurek, Pam Pie says, me too, Billy Spoo, never give up. Our friend Kelly Gutah says, always plan C. If there's a will, there is a way. And our friend Ricky Goad says, plan C, D, E, dot, 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 as just keep going. So don't ever give up. Keep up the hard efforts. Don't let it get to you. Don't slow down. Stay focused on the positive and ignore the negative. Yeah, it makes me feel real good too, T Black. T Black commenting on our Google page there. Love that. Thank you. Yeah, 97 is still working. Makes me feel bad. I can't see me working. I don't work that hard now. I mean, not that she works hard, but the fact that she's still working. I don't want to play. I don't want to work past like 57, much less 97. And I haven't even made it to 47 yet. So good Lord, I got a long way to go. But good Lord willing, I'll get there. Thank you to each and every one. Those of you checking us out on the live video stream, thank you for hanging out on the video hangout. Hangouts on air, Google Plus is how we're bringing that video stream to you via YouTube. Thanks to Google Plus for making that an available and free deal. We enjoy it. I hope you're enjoying it. Walrus Nation, you're listening to the show via our Spreaker server, Strip Club Choppers Radio. You folks are checking it out, but now you can check it out both ways. Audio via the internet and Spreaker server, video and audio via YouTube and Google Plus. You choose your poison or how you want to get your dose of the Thunder Walrus each and every day, and I'll be here giving it to you. Until we meet again tomorrow to get you over the hump, have a great, wonderful day. Get your wiggle on when you need to. Peace, Walrus Nation. You got to listen to this song via the video. 4 days drinking with a gun. I love it. Somebody liked my hat. That's a Poncho Johnson special. House of Ponchos, man. We representing today. HOP, baby, pulling the pin. Gotta love House of Poncho for all they do. Not only incredible tattoos, but their bully rescue as well. I do really appreciate my friend Poncho. If you get it up for a tattoo, go to House of Poncho's Tattoo. Tattoo Dave, Casey, Jesse, or call him Wilson, Joshua, all very talented tattoo artists in their own right. Go by, check them out, find which one best meet your needs, and get your new ink at House of Poncho's Tattoo and Piercing in Abingdon, Maryland. If you're in the Georgia area, damn sure better go see my boy, the Painless James McLaughlin in Augusta. He did his ice challenge yesterday. Kudos and thanks for that, brother. All right, y'all. Have a great day. We'll catch you tomorrow for another live broadcast from Medieval Custom Cycles in Street, Maryland. Peace, y'all.